My name is Aloysius. I am the warrior you call the outsider. I am here to talk to you about my past and present. It was just a normal day in my village, called Shadow Realm. I kissed my wife Kaylin and my daughter Kanan on the cheek before going to my job without knowing what was coming. I was known as the best bladesmith in my village. My job was at the top of a hill, just outside of Shadow Realm. I could almost see everyone in my village from my workshop. Suddenly, I heard faint screams of terror. I could smell the smoke coming from the village. I took a glance and could not believe my eyes. The village was set alight. The fire looked like something from hell. The foul stench of burning flesh began to spread through the air. Out of nowhere, a group of Zagan soldiers grabbed hold of me and dragged me through the village. Looking around, I noticed everyone that I once knew were tortured and burned alive. I noticed I was heading into the direction of my home. I felt that something was wrong. Zagan soldiers forced my home doors open, my wife and child on their knees, not knowing what's going on. Zagan was standing right in front of them. I told them everything is okay. There is nothing to fear. There is nothing to be afraid of. I've never seen Zagan before this moment. I begged and pleaded him to let us go. I said I'd do anything to keep my family safe. He gave me an evil grin and said,
"This has nothing to do with you. Hold his head in place and force his eyes to remain open."
Zagan, please, no.
He grabbed my daughter and threw her to the ground. She cried and screamed for her life.
"Do you see, Eden? Do you see what you have forced me to do?"
He pulled out a sword as I screamed and cried. Kanan was only 7 years of age. Kanan was so beautiful, like her mother, with pale white skin, beautiful wavy brown hair that just missed her shoulders, bright green eyes like mine. No parent should ever outlive their child. Zagan then grabbed Kaylin and threw her into our child's blood. She begged him not to do this, that we had done him no wrong. He lifted his blade above his head, and she screamed for a few seconds before her head was no longer attached to her body. I screamed while I looked at him with nothing but rage. He smiled and said,
"I will leave you to live and suffer with what you have witnessed here."
They beat me until I was knocked unconscious. He should have killed me, because little did he know that was going to be the biggest mistake he had ever made.
Outsider, please, wake up. Your story is far from over. I have an important quest for you. Rise, Aloysius. I will show you and guide you on your way.
Slowly, I became conscious. The dream I had felt real. Was this just a dream? Why did she call me the outsider? The name felt perfect after the nightmarish, horrendous events that had just occurred. I cried, holding my little girl's cold, still hand, wishing and praying for her to wake up. Seeing her body so lifeless still causes my chest to tighten. I never wanted to let her go. While unconscious, I had a very vivid dream of a woman standing in front of me, showing me a beautiful and peaceful land, nothing I'd ever seen before. She called me outsider, and that she has an important quest for me. For what? I struggled to find the strength to get to my feet, but I felt enough rage in my veins to get up. I headed back to my workshop and built the perfect sword. My sword of vengeance was forged. This is how the outsider was born, and the Shadow Realm was no longer my home. After what felt like a lifetime of battles against all of Zagan's men that stood between me and my revenge. Finally, I saw him face to face, ready to slaughter the cowardly bastard that tortured and killed my family. I won the great battle, but was severely wounded and bruised. I collapsed to my hands and knees. I can't carry on like this. There has to be a better place. I'm nothing without them. Will I ever find peace? Will I ever be free from this nightmare? Will I ever see Kalan and Canaan once again?